welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be showing you my process on how I make quality press-on nails. These press-ons will not only be strong, but they will also be reusable. So let's get started. This is crucial. This first step is very crucial to the whole process. So you have to file the artificial nail, aka the fake nail. I only file the sides because it is prone to lifting, prone to chipping. I also like to have a dust collector because you don't want to be inhaling all that dust. Save your lungs. Also, on my drill, I have a 180 grit sanding band on it. This is also the part where you would do your desired shape and length of your nail. Once I'm done filing, I will add my nails to my nail stands, and they're just held on by some double-sided tape. You could also use nail putty if that's what you have. Now I'm going to take some base coat and put base coat on top of all of my nails. Then I'm going to cure that for 60 seconds. And yes, there's a nail stand in there because sometimes I like to store my nails in my lamp. And I didn't realize it got stuck. Anyways, once that is all done in the lamp, I'm going to take a builder gel. And I'm only going to do a thin layer of builder gel since I don't want it to be too thick. If the builder gel is too thick, sometimes the nails come out too bulky and it's not a cute look. Once that is done, make sure that the cuticle part of the nail is not too thick. Then I flip it over, yes, flip it over for a few minutes just to make sure the gel is even and not overflowing to the sides. You really want to build that base so it's nice and sturdy. Then pop that into your lamp for 60 seconds. And as you can see, everything is nice and even, looks beautiful. Next, go in with your color of choice. This is my color of choice. It's a magenta. And I don't know if you guys saw or if you guys could see, but there's a little fluffy in my nail that cured with probably the builder gel. But I'll show you guys how to fix that in like 2 seconds. But here I am putting on some of this pretty magenta color on all of these nails. And if you can't get the polish smooth enough, shake it, flip it over, and it should become smooth again. So I cured that for 60 seconds. Then I added my second coat, and adding it to all of the nails except for the thumb because that one has a fuzzy in it. And I cured those into the lamp for 60 seconds, and this is the problem nail. So I took some 70% isopropyl alcohol, wiped the nail down so all the residue, that sticky residue, is not there anymore. And I'm going to take a 240 grit file and just gently, slightly, the slightest, slightly file the nail where that fluffy is, and you could see that it will start to flatten out. So then once I was done filing, I added more alcohol to a wipe and wiped out the extra dust. And I added a blob to that specific area because there was no more color on there. And boom, look at that. I cured this. This came out perfect, and you could never ever tell that there was. So my nail is now opaque, and this would be the point where I add my nail art and or charms if the nail needed it. So for the sake of this video, I'm not gonna do a whole nail art video. I'll save that for another day. But here I am adding some top coat. I think this top coat is so pretty. Everything, by the way, will be linked down below. But this top coat, I was just checking the quality. But top coat is so important because this is your final. This is the sealant to all the nails. Literally the sealant. So if there's anything wrong with the nail, you have to go back before you put top coat. because it will show. Sometimes top coat fixes stuff, but if it doesn't, you would have to go in with another layer. But this is where I do most of my quality checks. Make sure everything is nice and even, nice and pretty. There's no bumps, no lumps, nothing. Nothing, nothing, nothing. So I just make sure everything is really, really clean. Everything is nice and smooth with top coat or before top coat. And lastly, I do like to flip my top coat over just to make sure it's nice and even and everything is not flowing to the sides. But there you have it. Look how pretty. Look at it. Look at the thickness. Everything is so smooth and perfect. So lastly, this is crucial for sharp nails, for extra crispy nails. So this only goes for square. If you're doing round, you could skip this part. But for square nails, I like to go in with a file to be extra crispy. Then I go back with my isopropyl alcohol, 70%, and wipe off the extra dust. Super simple. But here I am doing it again. You could also go in with a nail drill, or you could also go in with a nail bit that's flat and it's for square nails, which I could show you on the screen like right now. Or you could file it by hand like I am in the video. I am using 240 grit, this nail file. Super good for making nails smooth. But as I'm filing these last few nails, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you, thank you, thank you again. You guys could find me on other socials, EZPRESSEDNAILS on Instagram, and then on TikTok, it's EZPRESS_nails. And with that being said,
hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you made it this far, say hi, Emers, in the comments. See you next time. Ciao for now.